Hello my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is, keeping in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box below where you will find all the links necessary to do so. Or you can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information. And you can also follow me on over to my podcast, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I really do hope to see you there. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it and find out what is today's daily dice source. What messages do you have for my fellow humans? What would you like them to know? What is today's daily dice? Okay, so we've got the 4th house, we've got Libra and Pluto. So there's something about changing your relationships. There's a need to begin to nurture them here. You may have been struggling to nurture your relationships due to fear of being neglected in the past, not confided in, not having trusting relationships. But there's something that's coming in here where you need to open yourself up to this new transformation and let go of this old energy where it's like you're not trusting source to bring in people that are meant for you. Allowing yourself to love deeply here is something that is so important. You've gotten into a habit of nurturing yourself. You've gotten into a habit of finding out sound grounded self-love, right? Which is beautiful. But if you don't take that and use that and let yourself love others out in the world, you'll always be in this hermit mode of being like, oh my gosh, I have to protect my energy. No one's allowed to have my energy. No one's allowed to be in my space. No one's allowed to be here with me. Rather than allowing yourself to experience the depth of connection with other people, not having any expectations on them saying, oh, well, if we're going to connect, like you have to owe me this amount of your time, that amount of your time, this, that, and the other, but rather allowing yourself to experience the truth of that person. And if you find along the way that they don't resonate with your journey, then it's okay for you to say goodbye, because you're coming to a place where you're so grounded in who you are that you are in a space where you can also allow yourself to love. This is something that's huge. This is a need to transform yourself into this, okay? We're having a rebirth here. No longer are you relying on others to fulfill some need that you're not giving yourself, right? I'm not asking you to fulfill my life because I already know how to do that. But sometimes what happens on this journey is we get so used to taking care of ourselves and we get so scared to let another person in that we're like, oh my gosh, like if I let so-and-so in, they're just going to break my heart, and not recognizing that we cannot have a broken heart if we're loving ourselves. And what does that mean, really? It's just saying that because we know how to take care of ourselves, to listen to our discernment, to listen to our intuition, to trust ourselves freely, to say, I'm not holding any expectation over you to show up as I have to show up for myself, because it's not fair to this person. It's not fair to anybody else out in the world when you're like, unless you're on the same exact vibrational level as me, only then can I love you, because you allow yourself to miss out on some really amazing connections, whether that's business connections, friendships, or loving relationships. You don't allow yourself the room to just experiment and experience with people out there. I'm not talking about going and laying down in bed with people. That's not what I'm talking about here. This is talking about testing the waters. Can I be a friend with this person? And is it okay when they pull away? Am I finding myself chasing them? Or am I also finding myself in a space where it's like, hey, they've got things going on. I've got things going on. I'm going to take care of what I'm taking care of. And I know they're going to too. And when we're ready and we have time and space, then we'll come back together and we'll meet in the middle. Or am I giving so much of myself into this connection because I'm so afraid of being alone that I'm becoming that codependent me again? Am I becoming that codependent self where I've been healing that? And I don't feel like that's the place that you're going, but I do feel like the fear of that, right? Pluto talks about deep hidden fears, deep hidden emotions within us. We are talking about relationships and nurturing them here with the 4th house in Libra. It's like that deep hidden fear is preventing you from allowing yourself to live with your heart on your sleeve. It's like, if I love wholeheartedly, I'm just going to get my heart broken again, and I'm going to be starting over at ground zero. But the truth of the matter is you'll never start again at ground zero, because you have so much experience in taking care of yourself. So you're in a very powerful position right now where you can truly let yourself love and be loved. Even if the people that you thought might show up to love you don't, it has nothing to do with holding them in that space of, you owe me this love. It's like, hey, you don't resonate with me, and that's okay. Maybe we should just say goodbye, and if it comes back around, it comes back around. But I'm not going to hold so tightly on it anymore, because I got my own things to take care of, and I got my own self to take care of. We have number 6 here, which is all about balance, harmony, finding solutions, seeing yourself through eyes of the divine, through eyes of unconditional love. We have Beaver Spirit with laying a solid foundation. That's exactly what you've already been doing. You're foundational in your self-care. Now it's time to share that with others. And that's sometimes the very scariest thing that we can do. We have 34, which is 7 in numerology. So we have 6 and 7, making progress. Hummingbird Spirit asks us to be so present, to be here now. You can love people by just allowing them your time and your energy and being present with them. Whether or not you connect with this person ever again, that's not what matters here. We're not trying to build long-lasting relationships as much as we are just trying to experience what life has to offer us. And sometimes that's so scary, because it's saying, but I want those long-lasting relationships. It's interesting. My heater just randomly turned off, and I'm actually not sure why, because the power is still on, but my heater just turned off, and it's that it stopped. It was at 88. I don't know. My thing, it tells me the degrees on there. And so it's 88 degrees around it. It's not 88 degrees inside of here. I can promise you that. But it just turned off, and it's like this idea, if it's all or nothing. And for you, it's like, if it's all, then it's all. If it's nothing, then it's nothing. And it's not being in that energy anymore. Yeah, it's having passion for life, being confident, optimistic, passionate, and bravery here with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. It's like being able to just be yourself and let people experience you for you, and not holding them responsible for your happiness. House 7 on the bottom, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. And this connects with this Libra energy. Exactly what I was saying. We have this energy coming in where Source is saying, you want these loving relationships. You want lifetime partnerships, which is fine. But if you don't go out there and experience people, that will never come to you. And if you're so afraid of being hurt, that also will never come to you, because you're always going to be in hermit mode. And where the hermit mode can lead a good life, it's not that it can't, but you also miss out on a lot of potential opportunities that can help take you to the next level and help you experience even a more in-depth version of what life has to offer. Sometimes it's not about having long-term friendships as much as it is just experiencing yourself and who you get to be when people are around you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. Look, we have number 44 on the bottom. Get to know each other. Learn to meet another's need for love. And being okay with telling people how it is that you need to be loved. Sometimes you're going to meet people who won't be able to meet that expectation with yourself. Or it's less than an expectation. It's more or less a boundary. I need this. I need that. And that's okay that I need these things. Like, I need to be someone to be honest with me. I need someone to be full of integrity and have honor when they show up in the relationship. I need someone to be able to tell me, hey, I'm not going to be able to reach out to you so that I don't feel like I'm being left alone. Those are things that are okay to need. But if you're expecting someone to show up in that space without ever first having gotten to know them or letting them get to know you, then you're expecting others to be mind readers here, which doesn't give them space and time to be able to show up as their true honest self. Yeah, see, we have this solitude energy on the bottom here with Island. It's like Source is wanting you to get out of this. Yes, you're in a place of stillness, but you don't have to be in this place of solitude anymore. It's okay for you to come into stillness and see, is this person good for me on the journey or are they not? But it's more than about being good or bad. It's literally, this feels like about experiencing what it is to have people in your life. Because it does feel like you've been alone for a long time. Look, I cannot make this up. We have connections on the bottom with Tarantula. I cannot make this stuff up. We're talking about being connected to people, being out there and around. It's like, this is what I feel like you're letting go of, is this whoever's in your life or whoever has been in your life, making you feel like you don't belong, making you feel like you don't deserve love, making you feel stuck and burdened. And it's like, this is where you've built a solid foundation by understanding, how do I take care of myself? And as you show up in that energy of learning how to take care of yourself, you no longer go back to this. Your forward motion here, coming into a place of learning what is passion for you. This is old news. This is yesterday's news with songlines and Orca here. This is you understanding that you have to take care of your inner child. You have to take care of your inner soul. You have to take care of your inner being. No one out here in the physical world is going to take care of you. And letting go of this expectation that they're going to, and that's exactly where you've come to. But if there's this fear of letting yourself experience connections with others because they're not going to show up and meet your needs, then how can you heal yourself and say, I'm going to be willing to share myself out there in the world, but how am I going to continue to meet my own needs? Because that's what matters here. Look, and we have forgiveness. With number 29, nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. And that's exactly what this feels like for you here. These old connections that just feel yucky and harsh, and they just hurt a lot, and they left you feeling like you had to do all the work. I'm the one reaching for something here. It's been hard for you to forgive because you put so much of yourself into them that you didn't allow yourself to experience who you were as you showed up in that connection. Rather, you were chasing this idea of teaching someone to love you basically by giving them every aspect of who you were, rather than drawing your energy away and saying, okay, enough is enough. And that's why it's so important for you to still go out there and experience, because now you're gaining that experience in how do I draw myself back when someone's not giving me what I need or what it is that I've requested in this relationship. How do I take back my energy? And this is going to give you that wonderful practice at doing so. All right, let's end it on an angel message here. What would the angels like to say for this reading, source? What would the angels like to say for this reading? What messages do you have for my fellow humans here? What would the angels like to say for this reading? Thank you. Caressa. Okay, so we have Angel Caressa. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. I cannot make any of this up. That's exactly what we said. This is in the past. This energy is in the past, and you're ending that now. So it's time for you to get out there and be brave and show the world who you are. Stop hiding in the shadows, because it's been hard for you to forgive past connections. Allow yourself to shine, and while you're shining, allow yourself space to heal and to grieve those past connections, while not holding anybody in that space of like, you're like so-and-so, you're like so-and-so. These are all brand new experiences for you, and you have a right to experience these brand new experiences without putting expectations on them, and likewise on yourself. Okay, so this is what I see for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little tarantula spirit or a spider emoji down below in the comments and say, I let go of the past and forgive freely. Remember, forgiveness is not forgetting. It's also saying that we cannot change what has happened in the past, and knowing that I have to accept that because there's no going back to change it. That's what true forgiveness is. Okay, leave me a thumbs up down below. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here, but I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.